Yes, yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Let's talk about the sensational talent that is, of course, Oleksandr Usyk. What a phenomenal main event. Usyk and Daniel Dubois for undisputed. Look, wish I could have said the same for the rest of the fight card, but it's best to be forgotten about. Even the Kevin Lerena and a Lawrence Okoli fight. Nobody was actually there for that fight, and rightfully so. Nothing to be seen there, to be honest, my guys, my people. But Usyk, absolutely phenomenal on the night. You know, the venue, the crowd, absolutely phenomenal as well. I'm looking right in front of me, to the sides. I'm looking behind me, my guys, my people, and all I can see is bodies all around me. And whether you were there cheering for Daniel Dubois or you were there cheering for Usyk, it seems like everybody was cheering for Usyk anyway. You know, expected, because you just can't deny the talent and the character of the man. The way he carries himself, very open, very honest, like a good man should, right? And humble at the same time. Humble and what's the word? Modest. He's a very modest man, I have to admit. You know, and yeah, people love that. People love that, even though many people don't showcase that about themselves. They still love that, to see that in another human being, my guys. And Usyk, despite how great he is, he showcases all these good personality traits. And you know how the saying goes, you can't keep a good man down. And yeah, he's reaping the rewards, my guys, my people. So rightfully so, they should love him, even though he is the away fighter, my guys, my people. As for Daniel Dubois, he got his share of cheers as well, but that's expected. He's the home fighter. He is the home fighter. So you have to understand that Usyk owned the place, my guys. Very much like he owned the fight itself. Even owned the fight even better. Usyk started very, very fast. And I would say he won every single round from round 1 to round 5, where Daniel Dubois finally trapped Usyk by the ropes. Well, it seemed like a trap anyway, a trap that Usyk was very comfortable in. So how much of a trap was it really? Dubois looking like, yes, I finally got him, after trying so many times, and he just started unleashing bombs. But what Dubois was doing wrong, he's unleashing bombs, but it's like he's not expecting anything back, because he's not moving his head, he's not moving his feet, right? He's not varying the punches, he's just aiming everything up top, right? Where Usyk on the other side is doing the total opposite, moving his head, shifting from side to side, looking for where to counter in between. And you know who landed? Usyk with the right hand. One punch, right hook, floored Daniel Dubois. Dubois made the count, only to be knocked down again with a left hook to follow up. The second time around, he should have made the count. And I would say he quit again. He quit again for the third time now. You know, for the third time. The first, Joe Joyce. The second, the Usyk first fight. And then now, in the second fight, he quits again against Usyk, my guys, my people. And I know, because Dubois, the way he got up so smoothly and sharp, once the referee said 10, he got up straight away. And when he walked back to his corner, he didn't look wobbly or anything. Didn't look hurt. He looked more disappointed than anything. Walked back smoothly. So that means he could have got up at 7, or maybe even 8. And, you know, made the count. Probably would have gone back down again, but he would have been eating away time. And maybe would have made it through that round, right? But he quit again. And Frank Warren, after the fight, he got a chance to speak, but I know what Frank Warren is feeling. He's thinking, you fucking quit again, didn't you? That is exactly what he's thinking. I know that. I know that for sure. Anyway, I don't know that, but I get the feeling that that is what he's feeling. You know. But look, my guys, look, let's talk about this fight. There wasn't a round that I could actually give to Daniel Dubois. Maybe the third round, very close. So I would give Dubois that third round. But for the most part, Dubois, it looked like he had digressed from his first performance. He kept on lunging in with punches, so reaching, he neglecting his jab. So not setting up anything at all. The jab is what you use to set up all your other punches that are come into a combination. So he was neglecting all the fundamentals. His defense was just non-existent. His guard was too low. Hands were too low. Against a fighter that is sharper, faster than you, higher ring IQ, no. His guard was too low and his anticipation was too slow. Almost as if he was falling asleep. Like, that's his nature, right? Usyk, on the other hand, you could tell what his game plan was. Dubois, who landed the body punch, I believe, in the third round, and the right hand a couple times, right? That body punch that hit Usyk, it blatantly told Usyk didn't like that, you know. But as a whole, Usyk's game plan, I could see, was to keep the fight at such a distance to make it not only difficult for Dubois to land, but make it difficult for him to land any crucial body shots, right? And Usyk kept it at a good distance, countering for the most part, and countering very sharp, very accurate, very powerful, very effective. You know, and it is his counter-punching that won him the fight. Brilliant counter-punching, mesmerizing footwork, great head movement. And he just put all of that together, and that was all she wrote for Daniel Dubois. You know, Daniel Dubois, who I said kept on lunging, reaching, the counter-punching was so effective. And the jab is like almost, yes, he landed that power jab a couple times, Usyk did. But it was almost more like to tease Daniel Dubois to, come on, do something. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows he's going to reach. Dubois' footwork was awful. Absolutely awful. Just couldn't keep up with Usyk. Usyk knew he had the faster feet. So he's like egging him on with that jab. Come on. And when Dubois will reach, bam, counter. And he was successful time and time again. Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. That's the most I can say. If I've missed anything, let me just cover it with the word phenomenal. Absolute brilliance. Usyk, to me, not just a generational great, he is one of the all-time greats, my guys, my people. But because of the talents in his division, there's such a gulf between himself and those talents that he has fought, that it will be hard for some people to call him one of the all-time greats. They'll just box him into a generational great. But this is a situation where you're just gonna have to go by the eye test and what he's done so far, right? He is one of the all-time greats, I would have to say. Yes, Anthony Joshua was sort of overrated. I would say he was overrated. Anthony Joshua's very best win against Vladimir Klitschko, where he dropped Klitschko and took him out in the 11th round. But we have to remember, in that fight, Klitschko dropped Anthony Joshua too, and took Anthony Joshua, almost dropped him, what, in the 6th round? And took Anthony Joshua almost nearly to the end of the fight before he was even showing any signs of recovery. So had Klitschko had the heart to jump on Anthony Joshua, fight done. Fight done, my guys, my people. But Klitschko, he's a very cautious fighter. Does not like getting hit. So him losing that fight and getting knocked out of the uppercut in the 11th, that was its own undoing. Joshua was desperate and lucky for that uppercut, if you ask me, as well. So that was his best win, but there was a stroke of luck behind that. And then when he got undone by Andy Ruiz, who was, what, 300 and something pounds, that were the signs that Joshua was not really who we thought he was. And when he got his, when he avenged the Ruiz loss, he didn't fight like AJ in the rematch. Didn't fight like AJ, very cautious, keeping his distance, not bringing his power into play. What we normally see from AJ, we didn't see that at all. And then in the Daniel Dubois fight, where he threw all his fundamentals outside the window, it's like he lost everything all in one night. That was his own undoing, rather than what Dubois was doing, if you ask me. So yeah. So Joshua definitely maybe overrated. As for Usyk, as for Fury, I always knew Fury was overrated, because where's his resume? Name who is beaten aside from Deontay Wilder. Who else? Deontay Wilder's only got a right hand. My guys, my people. Nothing else skill-wise, because when he's fought world-level fighters, he's been not only beaten but totally dominated. Got dominated by Parker, got dominated and spun by Zhilei Zhang in just 5 rounds, my guys, my people. So yeah, and as for Daniel Dubois, he's just not the talent what most people out there are thinking he is. You can't be a fighter and you lack agility. At least Anthony Joshua has some agility when he's fighting. You understand? Daniel Dubois has zero agility. He's just stiff as a board. He's just a powerhouse. And it's like his awareness is just not there. His fighting IQ is just not there. He's just not there. You know, and I think Parker would have beaten him when they fought. If they had fought as it was planned in that last crescendo fight card, Parker would have beaten him 100%. My guys, my people. So I think because there's such a gulf, this heavyweight era has been dead. Usyk has been the one to raise the game and prove that. Let's be honest. All right. So I think because of the dead weight in the heavyweight division, it's going to be hard for people not to bracket Usyk as a generational great, when we know by the eye test he deserves to be one of the all-time greats. 100% for me. He's one of the all-time greats. 100%. I'm not going to start naming all names. I'm just naming you know, many different names. I'm just giving my honest opinion. He's one of the all-time greats, my guys, my people. He is. But we won't give him that because he suffers from very much the same thing that Clarissa Shields suffers from, where some people are not looking to give her the title as the greatest woman of all time in boxing. Some people looking over to Katie Taylor to give her that titleage instead, simply because of the barriers that Katie Taylor broke open for women's boxing, and to raise the profile of women's boxing and have it accepted widely, my guys, my people. So she did that, but nobody else would have been able to do that but her, because of the time she came into the game. She started way before Clarissa Shields, who is what, 10, 11 years younger than Katie Taylor. 10, 11 years younger than Katie Taylor, my guys, my people. But in terms of raising the profile of the sport for women's boxing, that was partly done by Clarissa Shields as well. Clarissa Shields, who is the first highest paid female boxer, my guys, in women's boxing. If I'm wrong, please drop a comment. You know, I don't mind being corrected, right? So yeah, she suffers very much from what Usyk suffers from. There's a gulf between Clarissa Shields and the talents in the divisions that she's fought in, because she's just dominated everybody. Usyk has dominated everybody as well. However, I would have to say he has not fought the best talent. He has not fought the best talent in the division as of yet. He's not far from it, but he's not fought the best talent as of yet. I think the man Idris Cabello is to be feared. Idris Cabello, to me, I put above Moses Itama, and has way more experience than Moses Itama. Cabello has been there since the days of AJ Fury. Why is it that he's fought guys like Derek Chisora, but has never managed to fight guys like AJ and Fury? There must be a reason behind that. You know, careful selection of opposition, right? Cabello is a dangerous man. Yeah, man, Cabello, WBC interim champion, mandatory to Oleksandr Usyk. We also have Joseph Parker, who is the WBO interim champion, my guys, my people, and he's supposed to be the next up for the title shot against Oleksandr Usyk, my guys, my people. But I think AJ has had a much better run in terms of a surge than Joseph Parker, without really us having to go into it, my guys, my people. For me, I believe Cabello is the real boogeyman in the division. And if you disagree, we can agree to disagree. But at the same time, maybe you've not looked into his fights properly, my guys, my people. Well, anyway, with that said, I just want to tip my hat off to somebody who's more than just a generational great, my guys, my people, Oleksandr Usyk. His resume speaks for itself. 2012 Olympic gold medalist, undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight, and now at the age of 38, 2 times undisputed in the heavyweight division, my guys, my people, and still undefeated with a record 24 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 15 coming via KO, my guys, my people. I tip my hat. But as for Daniel Dubois, who I think Cabello also has had a much better surge than Daniel Dubois. The names are great on Dubois' surge in the lead up to the Usyk rematch, but look, Miller was tailor-made really for him. Hergovich, Dubois wouldn't have beat him without all the roughhousing. And as for Anthony Joshua, who threw all his fundamentals in the wind, my guys, my people, he will be kicking himself. How did he lose to Daniel Dubois, my guys, my people? With that said, though, Dubois did give it a good, hard try, and you can only respect him for that. He is also only 27 years old and has become a champion. So at least he's done something in the sport, my guys. We can't kick him. It would be wrong to kick him, my guys, my people. And he can bounce back. He can bounce back. He is young, my guys, my people. But look, with that said, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there, my guys. And just say one more time, Cabello is the boogeyman. Is the boogeyman. But before I leave, my guys, do like, do share, subscribe, of course. And drop your comments below. And as always, my people, just stay super, super blessed.